Welcome back, Hallmark Hot Takers, to episode 3 of our 28 episode reviews of
Marathon.
Hallmark Christmas movies. I'm already getting fatigued.
It's 3 over
No, it's
4
going to be
days.
So tonight we are going to review the Santa Stakeout, starring Tamara Mowry Housley and Paul Campbell. And I'm just going to go right in to
okay. Let's get right into the
rapid recap.
Rapid recap. 1 minute starts now.
All right, meet Tanya and Ryan, two detective partners who don't start out really liking each other until they get paired up to find the perpetrator of some recent art heists around the Denver area. Various museum artifacts and such go missing. So in their pursuit, they are set up on a stakeout next door to the alleged perpetrator,
Mr. Christmas.
Mr. Christmas, a Santa by trade,
Yeah.
Christmas guru by all other standards.
Right. Former.
Former ex-con.
Yes.
So prime suspect. And they kind of get made, so they have to pretend that they are a married couple who has rented the house next door to Mr. Christmas. And as you might imagine, hijinks ensue as they try to Keystone cap their way into finding out what happened. And they, also they get in with Mr. Christmas and all of his buddies, and they have to pretend that they're on this neighborhood Christmas committee, and they do all the cookie making and the parties and the da-da-da. And it all comes to a head at a party where there is a precious Romanov egg, and Mr. Christmas is there as the Santa, and wouldn't you know, artwork gets stolen. And they find some stolen artwork in his car, leading to Mr. Christmas's arrest. But wouldn't you know,
Framed.
he was framed by some lady who did the hiring of, I don't know,
Carmichael.
It was ridiculous. But anyhow, Tanya and Ryan have fallen in love in this time.
Yes.
They exonerate Mr. Christmas, they go party at his house, they kiss, and that is the Santa Stakeout.
Right.
And I should have said before this, spoilers, but it's a little too late now. Okay, so stay tuned for the ratings portion of the show. Okay, so we just did like a whole thing, and
Someone forgot to hit record.
Somebody.
So
We won't say who.
That happened. Let's jump into this.
Let's jump into this again. So let's hope we can do it justice. Okay, so let's start with your likes. What did you like about this movie?
I will start with my
Santa
likes. Talbot, the clumsy cop. This guy was fantastic. He's
like the captain's right-hand guy.
Right, if he was a doofus.
Yes. He's like a Keystone cop.
Right, so he was amazing. Good comic relief. I did suspect him to be
Well, they
the
kind of
thief.
threw him in as a red herring, because then they gave that weird, he came to the house at a weird time, and you were like, So they did try to throw you off. So kudos to Hallmark for doing that, because...
unfortunately, it wasn't him, which I think might have been better than random lady they met at the agency, but it was okay. I thought the neighbor girl who was hitting on Rupert was fantastic, because she just kept hitting on him every time they went to something. She was hitting on him even at the bar where they're having like hot chocolate. She's, I like mine spicy, and he's like, I like mine with stuff over there.
And if you're confused, so Tanya and Ryan go undercover as Rupert and Tasha. So
I thought that was obvious.
Yeah. Well, I'm just making sure.
No. Okay. I like the cop story. That was pretty fantastic. Different true crime kind of feel to a Hallmark movie.
Mm-hmm.
Art theft.
Grand heisting.
Different feel to it, for sure. And I like the overall story of like second chances. I thought that was good. He was an ex-con, and Mr. Christmas really turned it around. How about you? What did you like
the
about
captain
this
and Talbot. I thought they were great. There was this one scene where the captain is talking to Tanya and Ryan, and he says, "Don't disappoint me." That's Talbot's job. I thought that was really funny. So Ryan they're at the house, this house that they're renting, and Ryan is shopping for a Christmas gift for his niece. And Tanya looks at the screen, and it's pepper spray. And he looks at her and he says, "What? She's too young for a stun gun." And I thought that was also funny. Tanya's a quick thinker. I like that about her. Like, she was always kind of just like,
she was a good character. Yeah, I liked her a lot.
They do this, they have to go to the party at the end where they're going undercover, which I hated because that's like Mr. Christmas was also there and he would have made them. But anyhow, there was a scene in it where they do like the buddy cop intro where they're walking in slow motion and like flipping hair, and they're in these stupid elf costumes because they're supposed to be like working the party.
Talbot almost falls down.
And it was really funny. I liked that. And I liked at the end when you find out that Mr. Christmas, why he was suspected in the first place is because he had these blueprints in his house and all this construction equipment and glass cutting, and he just looked really shady. And they found out that it's because he helps and works. He was like palling around with this other ex-con, and he mentors other ex-cons, and he was like helping build houses for people who needed it. So, and they asked him, "Hey, well, why didn't you just tell us that?" And they're like, "Well, because I like to do my work anonymously." And I thought, you know what? Good for you, dude.
Kudos.
So yeah, those are my likes. Those are my likes on the movie.
What about dislikes? What did you not care for?
Ryan's jacket is too small for him, and it's very distracting.
I don't think, was it distracting?
It was distracting. They wore the jacket a lot. It was like up to here.
I thought it was a nice jacket.
A 3/4 length winter jacket. It looked ridiculous.
I thought it was a nice jacket.
Obvious fake snow on the trees, like Hallmark. I know you do a lot of fake snow. This one was just really out there. I didn't like her sister. She was a bit irritating. Christmas lights around the evidence board. They have this evidence board in their house, and they've decorated the whole house because they want to look like, the Christmas couple in this Christmas club. And I thought it was a little much on the evidence board.
Well, a couple extra strands of lights.
It's official police business.
Yeah, a couple extra strands. Jazz it up a little bit.
I didn't like the undercover scene, which I said because they would have gotten made. And Tanya at one point illegally searches this guy's house for evidence, and it would never have been admissible. That's like rookie cop stuff. And she's a detective. She should know better. They were drinking on the job. But the most distracting thing about this movie is when they were doing the tinsel on the tree. And Paul, what's his name?
Paul.
Ryan/Rupert just throws it on. And okay, that was enough. But then Tanya's like, "No, you don't do that. You place it on." But then she takes this huge clump and places it on. And I really hated it because I'm a bit...
They had a tinsel fight, though.
They did. That would be terrible. You would die if someone...
No, that would be awful.
What didn't you like about this movie?
Dibs. So, like, they get to the house, and it's like the first day. They're still kind of like, yin and yang, odd couple. And he's like, has his bag in the master bedroom. And she just takes it off. And she's like, "Yeah, I took the master bedroom." He's like,
I called dibs.
I got dibs on that. She didn't honor dibs.
I don't care.
Like, that would have been a deal breaker from the get-go with her. The backstories, she's a chiropractor. Just tough to say you're a chiropractor. You get into that moment where someone's got a back problem. "Hey, can you give me a free adjustment?"
Yeah.
No, come down to the thing. I got to get paid for this. Like, ridiculous. Slow roll. This movie.
It was.
I don't know how long it was. It felt like 7 hours.
Because the thing is it had the same problem that the first one had, in that they were so much waiting around. It was mostly filler.
It didn't have Danica, so it didn't have that problem. The first one.
Could you just leave Danica out of this? All right. And I don't think the group of neighbors. I didn't think they all gelled as a group. Mr. Christmas wasn't in this movie enough to make it work we're like, "Oh, this is a great group of friends," and I can see how they all, it didn't really work for me.
And then so you mentioned she's in the room where she's looking at the blueprints and stuff. They're clearly blueprints of a regular house.
It wasn't. Yeah.
So this
it looked like a dollhouse. I'm like, he's making a dollhouse for his grandkid. Or
right. So this thief is stealing priceless paintings, not like stealing into somebody's house, priceless paintings from museums, And these blueprints, clearly they're on the walls. They're not like hidden in a drawer or something.
Right.
They're on the walls. And they're like, yeah, it's him. He's got blueprints. And it's like clearly like a 1-story house. Like, poor. So stupid.
Wow.
What about if you had to do candy canes for something like that?
If I had to do it?
If you had to do it. Say we had a channel where you reviewed this and you gave it candy canes. What would you give it?
I want you to do your candy cane first. Because I did mine first last time.
Okay. I'm going to go with 2.5 candy canes.
2.5.
2 candy canes, no hook on the third candy cane. What about you? What?
Here's the thing.
Where are you at?
I like the difference of the story, and that was a huge plus. But again, the group didn't gel, and I don't know if I saw these two working out as a couple. I don't know if they brought it. Like, I like both of them.
Well, hold on. She did say he has a partner for life now.
Yeah, she leapt right in that. He's like, oh, I'm going to ask you out on a date. And she's like, you may have a partner for life. And I was like, oh.
Yikes.
Jay says,
Run.
dude, run, Rupert/Ryan.
He might need to change his name.
You might have to go undercover.
Right.
So I don't know. It's hard to say because
No.
I like this is the thing.
Just say it.
This is the thing. I'm getting there, okay? I like both of the characters. I thought they were good. The romance was and it just didn't pull it together well. So I'm gonna go with
Wow.
3 candy canes.
3 candy canes.
3 candy canes
3 candy canes.
for an interesting try, and the execution needed some work. But that's where I'm sticking.
So that puts it at 5
5.5
and a half candy canes.
Yeah.
That puts it right in slap dab in the middle of our reviews.
But yeah, it does. It's
It
the
does.
middle of the road. Anyhow.
Have you ever given something less candy canes than I have?
Yes, I have,
Okay.
actually.
I'm just curious.
I gave
I was just curious.
last season I gave the Christmas and Evergreen movie a half a candy cane.
Awesome.
And I think you gave it 1. So just for the record,
possible.
that happened.
You want to do a preview?
Yes.
All right, let's do
God
previews.
help us. Okay, so preview for the next movie is Christmas in Harmony, which stars, let me consult my notes, Ashley Murray and Luke James. And when Harmony is tricked into auditioning for the Christmas holiday chorus, which is directed by her ex-boyfriend, they could be harmonizing by the end in the key of love. And just so you know, I don't write these, I'm just reading them from the Hallmark website.
Who else is in this movie?
Basil Wallace.
No. Who
Michelle
else?
Williams.
Michelle Williams.
And who's Michelle Williams?
She's amazing. She's in all of the movies that we watch.
Not all of them.
All of them.
She was in the Christmas and Evergreen movie.
Yeah. I really hope there's a Christmas in Evergreen this year.
There's not. I've already checked. I did a happy dance.
That's
But they've
unfortunate.
killed the franchise.
All right.
All right, we'll see you next time.
Bye.